Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is Monday, March 6, 2019, and so today we're going to be doing a Q&A. It's been a while since the last time you guys heard my voice. Of course, we haven't done the podcast in quite some time. I believe the last one we did was right around the middle of April. So, what this video is just strictly going to be answering your guys' questions. We took a bunch of questions on Instagram and, of course, here on YouTube. So, if you guys ask a question, that's great because you'll be getting all of them. All the questions are going to get answered today. All the questions are going to get answered today. Every single one. Alright, so without further ado, we can get right into it. Anthony_Garita asks, what do you think our record will be in May? A record in May, I mean, that's tough to say. That was a good rhyme. But I'm just hoping the Yankees, as they get some healthy guys trickling back into their lineup, that 6-7 games over 500, hopefully. Hopefully nothing less than 4 or 5 games over 500. Matt.Villapiano asks, prediction for the AL playoff bracket. So I think winning the AL East, and I'm firmly predicting this. I actually think the Yankees will win the AL East. The AL Central, I'm thinking maybe the Minnesota Twins. Twins or Indians? I'm gonna have to go with Twins on that one. The Twins are looking good this year, even though the Yankees just beat them in the series yesterday. So Twins winning the Central, and in the West, it's definitely going to be Astros. Wild card teams, I'm gonna go with the Rays and the Red Sox. So all two wildcard teams coming out of the AL East. In the National League, winning the NL East, I'm going to go with the Phillies. I think the Phillies' offense is definitely the best in the division, and they'll probably pick up a pitcher at the deadline. So I'm going to go with the Phillies. Hopefully the Mets can contend, because if you guys don't know, I root for the Mets to do well, unless it impacts the Yankees. NL Central, the Cubs just took over first place yesterday. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with the Brewers in the NL Central. In the NL West, I'm going to go with the Dodgers winning the NL West. And for the wild card teams, let me think about this. Cubs winning a wild card spot. And I'm going to say the Padres are going to win a wild card spot just to be crazy. Oh, well, he just asked for the American League, and I just gave him the whole MLB. So you got a little bit of a bonus, Matt. Jordan Fidel _ asks, how long do you think it will take till the team starts going on a tear? Well, I mean, they kind of already did go on a tear last week when they had won 7 games in a row. If you take out that series against the Diamondbacks, which was a pretty brutal 2-game set, but they're playing well right now. But I mean, you figure they'll go on a nice hot streak once all the healthy guys come back, hopefully. And speaking of the healthy guys coming back, Jackson Manning 2 asks, when do you think Aaron Judge will be back? Well, they haven't given us a timetable on Judge so far, and rightfully so. He was kind of saying when he first got hurt, he was like, I mean, last year the timetable really messed up the whole, the optics with the wrist injury. So they're trying to lay off a timetable this year until they really know when he's going to be coming back. My guess, I don't think we'll be seeing him till at least the end of June, probably into July. Hopefully earlier than that, but probably not. M.Greco7 asks, which current Yankee will have the best career? Current Yankee, That's a tough choice. I'm gonna go with Luis Severino, who had the best career. Eric O'Faded asks, which Yankee team is your favorite since you became a fan? Yeah, so I've always basically been a Yankees fan since I was young, but I actually started following hardcore pretty late. I didn't start. I'm 18 right now. I didn't start really watching every game until 2011, and I really like that team. I love the 2012 team. I thought the 2012 team definitely was good enough to win the World Series, and kind of all the Yankees teams in the 2000s through 2012 were good enough to win the World Series. But favorite team, probably in order of my favorite seasons, probably go 2017, then 2015. I love 2015 because at the time I was really missing the whole classic Yankees, and to me the classic Yankees were Jeter, A-Rod, Tex, Cano, and it was nice in 2015 that both A-Rod and Tex had resurgent years. So I love 2015. They made the playoffs, and it was just a great feeling making the playoffs because that was the first time they made the playoffs in a season where they really just grinded. And it was, even though they got eliminated in the wild card game to the Houston Astros, it was a really, really nice season to watch. And then 2012, so 2017, 2015, 2012 in that order. Kyle Keegan asks, when will the Yankees finally officially name Judge the captain? I've been a big supporter of Judge being named captain. Of course, not until he is signed to a long-term deal, just like Jeter was named captain before he, right when he signed the 10-year deal, the 10-year extension. So I'm pretty sure that's when it'll be. But I want to see if some full seasons to Judge. So before they start jumping to conclusions, I think Judge is a great player, but I just want to see some full season because you never know. He still is early in his career. Mike Brunner 23 asks, how many home runs do you think Gary's going to finish with? Yeah, I was talking to my friend yesterday over on Instagram, and I gave him an over-under of 39.5 for Gary Sanchez home runs. I think if he's healthy the rest of the way out, and of course it's remarkable that he has 11 home runs right now, and he missed a whole week, 10 days in the DL, or the IL rather. But for Gary, I'm going to go with 35 to 40. Maybe he will hit north of 40. He definitely has it in him. Benjamin.Marzouk asks, chance Yankee game gets canceled. All right, so this question was before the game on Sunday, but they played it. It was rain shortened out, but they won. That's all that matters. Peter Luisi _ asks, when is Stanton coming back? Yeah, so Stanton started taking BP Monday, today, or he should start taking BP Monday. So I'm thinking Stanton's probably 2 weeks away from returning, I would guess. _Kate Shaw asks, who will end up with the most home runs on the team this year? Gary Sanchez, just because 1, he's having a great year, and 2, he's like the only healthy power hitter right now. Or Voit, but I'm gonna go with Gary Sanchez considering the start he's gotten off to. Matt Lupinazzi asks, what is Luke Voigt's contract and how long do we have him? Yeah, so Luke Voigt, he's still under the standard rookie contract. I believe he enters his arbitration years after this season, or maybe it's after the next. He was called up in 2017, so his service time started, I believe, in 2017. I'd have to check because it's a bunch of weird factors go into it, but I believe in terms of control, we have him at least another 3 to 4 years under contract. And if the Yankees want to keep him, if he's still good, or if he actually is a good player, then they'll lock him up. But that's down the line. Steven _Schrower asks, do you think at some point this year the team will be at full strength? I mean, yeah, you got to hope eventually. I mean, hopefully, if you had to pick an ideal time, it'd be playoffs. But barring anything, any other injuries, by July, August, probably right around end of July, early August, I think you should have a full team again. And that includes Judge, Severino, Betances. Jason.Blum1 asks, is Bartolo still a free agent? I mean, yeah, he is, and sorry, burping. Nobody's going to sign Bartolo. He's not good. I'm not a fan of the Bartolo jokes. Brownie7740 asks, another injury. We were literally the Mets. Last season we laughed so hard it happened to us. Yeah, it happened to us, but look at the way we're handling it. Right now we are 19-13, I believe, so 5 games over 500. So definitely handling adversity well. Joe Brady asks, how many homers does Voit finish with? Voit, I believe, is at 8 right now. I'm going to go with, if he stays healthy, I think he'll definitely hit north of 30. I'm going to go with 33 for Voit, 33 home runs for Voit. Slaza.Zach82 asks, could Sanchez win MVP? I was actually thinking about this yesterday, and it seems like it's a long shot one because MVP, the people who vote for the baseball awards are obsessed with batting average, which is stupid. Granted, Gary Sanchez doesn't have the highest on base, so in a way it is valid. But they tend to go for guys who, hit in 300s. And Gary Sanchez, to this point in his career, hasn't been much of a 300 hitter. Not that he hits for low averages, besides last season in 2018. But I think he's going to be right around a 270, 280 average, so he probably won't win MVP with that. But, I mean, you got to think MVP of the Yankees right now, definitely Gary Sanchez. And I think there is a possibility he could win MVP. Sultan of Pone asks, do you think... Okay, that's an inappropriate question. Colby.Boyer _ asks, MVP in the Yankees this year? Yeah, we just said it when... for Zach's question, I think Gary Sanchez is MVP of the Yankees, at least so far. Nas with a million S's _ asks, why is John Sterling so loved? Genuinely curious. Honestly, and I love John Sterling, and I don't want to call him overrated. I'm just not. I love John Sterling, but I'm just not into him as everybody else is. I love listening to games on the radio with John and Susan, but I definitely prefer Michael K. I'm a big Michael K guy, and he follows Yankees Avenue on Instagram, which is dope. PM Raiders 77 asks, what is your current opinion on the current geopolitical quagmire that is the Middle East? No comment. I don't even know about that stuff. Alekin 23 asks, to be honest, you're a cool dude. Aiden Bass 12 asks, do you think the Yankees will make the playoffs? Absolutely. Chris.Mania asks, do you think Gary Sanchez is going to stay this good? Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to think he's not going to stay this good. Last year when he had a bad year, and it was a bad year, it was an injury-plagued year. He never really had a chance to get hot. And Gary Sanchez, even down year average-wise last year, his power numbers were still there. So, yeah, I think Gary Sanchez has proven he is one of the best catchers in baseball, and I think he is definitely the best offensive catcher in baseball. Thomas V. Cap asks, should we go after Dallas Keuchel? No, Dallas Keuchel is not that good, guys. And apparently he's still seeking a multi-year offer. And he's definitely probably not going to sign until after the draft at this point, which is about a month away. Dallas Keuchel, yeah, he pitched like 200 innings last year, had like a 3.75 ERA, I believe, but he allowed more than a hit per inning. His velocity is extremely declining, and he struck out, I think his K per 9 was right around like 6.5. That's horrible. Dallas Keuchel is not good. Bronx Bombers Central asks, how do you get your videos to post? I'm not really sure what you mean by that one, bud. My videos, I hit the post button. I hit the post button. Sean_Mac42S, is Javier Baez overrated? Javier Baez gets an odd amount of hate, but I don't like throwing the word overrated around too easily, but I mean, I think MLB just likes to post about him because, it's the whole let the kids play thing, and Javier Baez is a very, emotional guy, and he reacts in a way that's cool, I guess. I like Javier Baez, but is he overrated as a player? Maybe a little bit. Daily_Aaron Judge asks, how many home runs for Sanchez this season? Yeah, we touched on this before, 35 to 40, maybe 40 plus. NY Baseball 701 asks, how long do you think Gary will keep at the pace he's on right now? I mean, when he's healthy, this is the guy he is, so like I said, there's no reason to believe he really shouldn't stay on this pace. Granted, I mean, he's not going to hit 80 home runs that he's on pace for, but Gary's good, guys. That's the bottom line. Ritvik Yapar Palvi asks, who do you think will end up with the most home runs in the Yankees at the end of this year? I said Gary Sanchez. We'll look for it. D_Rich_ New York Yankees 2019 home run total. So at this point, I don't think they're going to surpass last year's record, obviously, with all the guys they've had out. But I think they'll still hit north of like 240 homers, which is still really good. Carmine_B asks, favorite Yankee moment this year? Favorite Yankee moment, I would have to go with Gardy's grand slam against Boston. That was really awesome. Gary Sanchez's 3-homer game. The Clint Frazier 3-run shot against Baltimore. That's probably up there, yeah. And there's a couple others I'm probably not thinking of off the top of my head. Slim Jim 678 asks, how many home runs for Sanchez if he stays at productive? 35 to 40. Robbie.Listella asks, how do you get the Sterling home run calls? So this guy's talking about my page for NYY home runs. Go follow that on Instagram if you don't. How do I get the Sterling calls? It's kind of luck of the draw, honestly, but I do have a way, kind of like if I wanted to get all the Sterling calls to post. Because if you guys don't know, I put up a poll the other day on NYY home runs on what call the followers prefer, Michael Kay or John Sterling. John Sterling actually edged out Michael Kay by a couple of points. I think it was 53 to 47%. Nico Villalobos asks, where do you get the videos and information for the home runs? Yeah, so the videos I just get straight from MLB.com. And the information for the home runs, the home run total, like career total and team total, I just know it because I look for it, and now it's just engraved into my head what everybody has. But for the information for like the Statcast information, I get that from @DingerTracker on Twitter. So there's that. Hunter_Van_Malden asks, do you think we will get Matt Kemp? No, I don't. I'm actually not too opposed to that idea. I think he'd be better than Mike Tauchman, but Mike Tauchman hit a home run on Sunday, so I'll cut him some slack. Hunter_Van Malden again asks, who do you think we should get in the trade for? Let me retry that. Who do you think we should get in the trade deadline to keep for long term? I'm not really going to talk trade deadline yet. It's beginning in May, and as right now, I don't really know who the Yankees would trade for, because by then you're looking at a healthy rotation of Sevy, Paxton, Herman, Tanaka, so they may not even have to get a pitcher at this rate. But I'm sure they will, and I still kind of want them to get Bumgarner or maybe even Trevor Bauer if the Indians are selling. Marty Emma 99 asks, when's Paxton coming back? Yeah, so Cashman today said Paxton should be out max 3 weeks, so yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, so 2 to 3 starts basically. Andrea7768 says, how much do you love your girlfriend? A lot. No, that's just my girlfriend, guys. Castron27 asks, do you think Gary's success will continue? I really do. I'm not saying he's going to hit 80 home runs, as I mentioned before, but I do see Gary Sanchez having a nice year, just like he did in 2016 and 2017 and, 75% of his major league career. Joe Little 05 asks, Gary for most improved player? If that was an actual award, but what you probably will see Gary win is almost most definitely AL Comeback Player of the Year. I really wouldn't see how he wouldn't win it. Rules.Forever says, Favorite fan page? Thank you, Royals for forever. I'm surprised that's the case. I don't know if you're just trolling or not. But N_Ziliox21 asked, based on what you've seen so far, what will our record be and how far will we go? So our record this year, we're just slightly behind last year's pace, and of course we went on to win 100 games last year. But I think I'm looking at around 96 wins. I think 96 sounds about right, and I'm sure we'll probably win one or two more, but I tend to lowball, so 96 wins sounds good. Ryan Godfrey _ asks, what year was the first season you remember watching the Yankees? Yeah, so I remember 2008, I think I watched like here and there, and then 2009 I really started to watch a little bit more. I remember I would watch like games here and there, but it wasn't like every day. I wasn't like watching pregame and postgame. I wasn't like obsessed. And of course I watched the playoffs. And then 2010, I started to watch a little bit more. I think I actually watched more in 2009 than I did in 2010. And then in 2011, I started to really get into A-Rod. And if you guys don't know, Alex Rodriguez is single-handedly responsible for like me and my fandom. I don't know what it was. I was just, when A-Rod was up, I would just I would do nothing else. I would watch A-Rod's at bat. I was just so like fascinated by A-Rod. I don't know why. I just was. He just has something about him. And I just started watching A-Rod, got really into A-Rod, and started watching the Yankees like every day. And eventually I just became hooked. And around 2011, I was watching every game and crying when they would lose. So, and that still continues to this day. No, I'm just kidding. _Sam Cohen asks, do you think these injuries will continue for the entire season? There's no way to answer that. I have no idea. I'm not blaming the trading staff for any injuries, really. Injuries happen, suck sometimes. You just really got to step up. Bronx Bombers with 2 S's says, who's going to hit a homer for today for the Yanks? Monday, let's see. Who's going to hit a homer? It's going to be a really cool matchup tonight. CC against Felix Hernandez. Back in, like, say, 2010 to, like, 2012, that would have been a dope matchup, like, you know, on Fox Sports. But homer tonight, let's go with Gary Sanchez again, homer number 12. Will Sedilla asks, can I upgrade my Android J36? Yes, you can, Will, anytime you like. _Red Sox lose, and a very nice username. You think the Yankees have a chance at number 28? Absolutely. They have a chance at 28 every single year. _lately, that is. D_Flow asks, why didn't the Yankees go after Corbin? Is it because they're too cheap? No, it's not because the Yankees are too cheap. They're smart. Yeah, Patrick Corbin, last time I checked, is having a nice year this year, but 6 years, $140 million for Patrick Corbin, that was way too risky for me. And I'm somebody, I wanted Patrick Corbin. I really, really did. But when that came out, 6 years, $140 million, I tweeted out right away. I was like, anybody who would give Patrick Corbin 6 years, $140 million is a fucking idiot. I would never do that. Patrick Corbin had one nice season, and it was a really, really good season. Already had Tommy John surgery once. Never pitched in the American League, let alone the AL East. That was honestly would be an easy no. 6 years for Patrick Corbin. Octavius Prime 49 asks, when is Stanton coming back, with a sad face? Oh yeah, like I said before, right around probably 2 weeks I would give on Stanton, but his timetable seems to fluctuate here and there, so I'm not really going to set anything in stone. Curitin Tintil asks, what is Andy Fox doing right now? I don't know. I have no idea who that is. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm having a brain fart, but Top Here Ilkins asks, once healthy, where do you predict the Yankees end up in the AL? I think they'll have the second best record in baseball. I'm surprised Houston hasn't really taken off yet, but I think Houston will have the best record in baseball, and then the Yankees will definitely win the AL East, though. Jake_27_26 asks, will Clint stay hot when he returns after a few games to readjust, of course, in parentheses? Yeah, I like how you put that in there with the parentheses, because you saw it with Gary Sanchez, too. Gary Sanchez looked abysmal in his first couple games back from the IL. So, and same with Judge. It's common. You got to adjust after, you're rusty after not swinging the bat for a couple weeks. So, I think it sucks that Clint got injured because, he really was playing well. But, I like what I've seen from Clint, so I think he can definitely rebound from the injury and get hot again. Thomas V. Cap asks, should we look into Matt Kemp? Yeah, this question was asked earlier. I don't think the Yankees will. I would like it, but I looked a little more into it. He really has been horrible this year. Granted, it's only been like 20 games, but he's definitely on the wrong side of 30, so if the Yankees don't take a whirl on him, I don't blame him. All right, on to the last 4 questions. Jared Leake asks, do you think we will be on top of the AL East this year? Yeah, like I said before, I definitely do. I don't think the Red Sox, I'm not going to say they're not a threat because they are, and they're creeping back onto 500 baseball now. But I think it will be Yankees and Red Sox at the top of the division. I have all two wild cards coming. I have all two wild card spots coming out of the AL East, the Rays and the Red Sox, but I do have the Yankees winning the division. Antonio Reconquistador asks, do you think the Rays will be able to maintain their position near the top of the AL East? Yeah, no. I mean, I think they'll be towards the top of the East, but I don't think by season's end they're going to be number one. I just don't think it's sustainable. Granted, I mean, they have the best record in baseball since the All-Star break of last year, so it's definitely possible. A Spicer1 asks, if the Berg is here, you're not getting your Marlins franchise. He likes the Yankees. Yeah, so the Berg, he always comments, wants me doing a Marlins franchise. That's funny. Last question of the day. It's a good one. Connor McCrusher asks, do you follow any other sports? For example, football, hockey, etc. What are your favorite teams? Yeah, so only other sports I kind of follow. Well, football is the other sport that I mainly follow. Not nearly to the level of baseball. I am a Jets fan. I watch every game, but I'm not like hardcore. Like I freak out on the TV like in the game, but once the game's over, it's not like affecting my mood like it is the Yankees. I'm looking forward to the Jets season this year. I'm getting my new jersey soon. It's gonna be a fun year. Probably one of the first football seasons I've like ever really enjoyed, because being a Jets fan, you obviously don't have too many like high moments, but it should be fun this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. As for the other sport, basketball, I am kind of into. I'll turn on the Knicks here and there, but I'll be completely honest. I am not necessarily gonna hop on the bandwagon because I am a Knicks fan, but if the Knicks get Kyrie and Kevin Durant this summer and they could draft Zion, then I'll probably be getting a Knicks jersey and I'll be watching every game. That'll be hype. So, and I'm trying to go into more like sporting events that aren't just baseball. So, and I went to my first ever hockey game this past winter, and that was sick. And I'm looking to go to MSG for a Knicks game soon, but hopefully when they're good. And I haven't been to an NFL game either, so it would be dope to either go to a Giants game or a Jets game, whichever works, or any game. I can totally go to any sporting event. Don't really care what it is. For hockey, I'm a Devils fan because I live in New Jersey, and it's the only professional sporting team we have. And my good friend Hunter Quinn, he pretty much persuaded me to be a Devils fan. So that's that. And that's going to be a wrap on this Q&A. I believe we're running into the 22-minute mark, so this is a pretty long Q&A, and it was good talking to you guys again. I haven't done this in a while. These are just going to come out whenever, Q&As or Yankees Avenue podcast. Do it whenever I get time and whenever you guys. I don't want to do it every single week because say it's a week of kind of boring baseball and there's nothing really going on. I really only want to do this when there's something legitimate to talk about. And of course I'll do these Q&As because you guys seem to like those a lot. All right, so before we go, be sure to follow at Yankees Avenue and at NYY Home Runs on Instagram, and at Dan Allen Rourke on Twitter and on Instagram. And also don't forget to use code NYYHR for $20 off your SeatGeek purchase. Helps me out a lot, can help you guys out a lot. And another thing, I know I promised another episode of the Aaron Judge Player Lock series last week, or maybe it was earlier. Yeah, last week. That'll be coming out soon. It just really comes down to when I get down moment to do so. All right, so that's going to be a wrap for this Yankees Q&A, and we'll see you next time. Let's go Yankees.